Hello and welcome to the El Loco Leeds FC. This is the fan view. My name's jinderjade. He's Matt Thompson. Let's talk Leeds United, episode 5. I hope you guys are doing well. Let's get straight into it. Matt, how are you?
I'm not too bad, Jinder. How are you?
Yeah, good week.
It's not been too bad. I've been thinking about Saturday and I'm really looking forward to it.
Yes, so am I actually. It should be a good game against Wolves. But before we get into the Wolves game, let's talk about our defeat against Fulham. Thoughts, mate?
Another one of those games where we look like we could have played another 90 minutes on top of that and still not scored a goal. The same football where, yeah, it's just reserved. We're not really going for it, I don't feel. Yeah, there's a bit of shape, but that's about the only positives I can say about it. We just look like we got nothing in attack, and yeah, an own goal to undo us. And we keep going into a game full of confidence, thinking, oh, maybe it'll be different this week, and it isn't ever. So
Yeah, the defending was good. That's the positive, but the way, well, when they put on Kevin, it just changed. That's the thing, you see. That's the missing ingredients that we haven't got. We even haven't got the luxury of putting on such brilliant players like Kevin, and they took off Wilson, they brought on Kevin, and he was like dynamite for him.
I feel
And
like we had somebody, but we loaned him out, didn't we?
yeah, so it's you know what? I'm just going to put it out there, mate. I I think with Farke, great guy, brilliant, got us, done well in the championship. The problem is we've not got anything, like you said, creatively. There's nothing there. Our midfielders, you look at Stack, Longstaff, Ampadu, they're the same profile of player, and which is that's where where's the creative juice? Where's the creativity? So there is no creativity, is there? So that's a major problem. Yes, he's talking about the back line being strong, but he's also going out for draws. He is easily going to settle for a point, and he's very, very frustrating. The passing sideways, backwards, this, that, the other. You know what, Matt? It's not. If you don't score goals, you don't stay in the Premier League. You don't stay up in the Premier League. It's simple as that. He's not good enough. I'm not too keen on him. We've lost out now. Mourinho's gone to Benfica. So that's one manager because he wants to play defensive football, right? He wants to play all this defensiveness and keep compact, strong at the back. Brilliant. But there needs to be some sort of plan going forward. We don't look like we're going to score a goal. Well, we haven't, have we? In open play, we haven't. And if you break down the last 4 or 5 games against Everton, yes, we played well. It was at home. It's the first game of the season. It's a different concept of football. The first game of the season, we played Everton at the right time. But if you look at after the Everton game, we got walloped against Arsenal, and then Newcastle. We done well again at home. We had to put a statement performance in because we just lost in the cup, and that was a terrible performance against Sheffield Wednesday, losing to the under 11s. So Matt, I don't want to be negative, but that's the way I'm feeling at the moment. I mean, the game against Fulham, yeah, we defended really well, but then once they bought on their player Kevin, he changed the game. We couldn't handle him. As soon as that guy came on, we were at, you know, we were in trouble.
I'm feeling the same. If I'm honest with you, we're trying to play counter-attacking football with a team that doesn't really have any great attacking players. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like the attacking threat isn't there yet. He's trying to play defensive counter-attacking football, which isn't going to work. It's not going to work, and we can't keep saying, "Oh, well, we did beat Everton." Okay, we beat Everton with a penalty. We've not scored a single goal from open play. And the thing what you said about Kevin, when he come on, he gave me Rafinha vibes. I don't know what you thought about that, but I thought he was amazing. He
I
tore us
totally
apart.
understand. I totally get that. I totally am with you. He did give me that Rafinha vibes.
And the only player we had to maybe come off the bench and give us a bit of a boost was Ramazani, and we loaned him out.
Yes, the creative spark. There is no creative spark. That's what it is. So look, the transfer window. All this blame that you're seeing online about let's blame the 49ers, this, that, the other. But Daniel Farke signs everything off. He is the coach. He's also, what was he saying when he first joined? That he's the manager, he's going to oversee everything. So everything Daniel Farke has got his stamp of approval on. So, for him to, he's not shirking away from it, he wanted all these players in the transfer window to come in. But what he actually does is he actually has the final approval. And, he's to blame. The 49ers could be to blame. What we don't want, and what the feeling can be, Matt, is we don't want to be a yo-yo club, right? Now, if the 49ers think in the back of their mind, let's just see how we go, and then we get into the championship, stick with Farke, that'll be 5 years at the helm. It's a risky game, because when he went back to Norwich, he accomplished the yo-yo, up and down thing, but then then things went a bit pear-shaped. So in the championship for Norwich. So I just don't want Leeds to be a yo-yo club, because this is the best time to stay in the Premier League, to stay up in the Premier League, because there is a few teams that are having a few problems, like the team that we're going to be playing on Saturday.
We can't be going defensively against teams like that.
Can't go defensive against Wolves at all. So forget about Fulham now. Let's talk about the Wolves game. It's a must-win. Already, we're in a must-win situation, Matt.
I agree. It's a relegation 6-pointer.
Yeah, because these are the teams that in around. I was in my previous videos, I was saying it's a mini league. The Premier League is a mini league in itself, and I do believe that Wolves, West Ham, Brentford, Burnley, Sunderland, these are the 5 teams that we need to get points from. And I'm saying that we have to beat Wolves. They've started the season poorly. They're bottom of the league, but they're an established Premier League side.
I agree. I definitely agree. Do you know what? Something needs to change. Something needs to change, and drastically. Like maybe even change formation. Give it a go. He always does the same things. Subs no quicker than 60th minute. It's either 60th minute or after that. He's always playing the same formation, the same sort of players. And it's just like, is he ever going to switch it up? Like, I don't understand. He's doing nothing. And it is getting to the point where, look, yeah, we might have broke a record last season, but that was last season. This is this season in the Premier League. And this is where you really need to be doing it. And if he's not good enough, he needs to go.
Yeah, and like I said, it's with Mourinho. Yeah, he wasn't even linked with us, but I'm just saying we've missed out on him. What we don't want to do is, if we are going to change him, and this is my frustration in the summer, you have to be ruthless. We got promoted in April. We won the championship in April. They could have changed him then. If what a waste of the whole summer. And another thing is, Matt, I don't know whether you would agree with me. I mean, the guys in the comments, they may not agree with me, but I would say that was Daniel Farke the right man to attract all these players, who we were linked with in the summer? Does it say, like Sunderland, on the other hand, they bought all these players that we were linked with, Regis Labrie, some Zaka and them lot said, yeah, I would like to play for you. When it came over to us lot, do you reckon they said that about that? The players, Daniel Farke, did he inspire them to play for them?
We'll put it this way: if we'd have had Daniel Farke when Rafinha was available, I don't think Rafinha would have joined us. Rafinha only joined us because of Bielsa, and I'll stand by that. I'm very sure Rafinha went, Bielsa's our manager. I'd love to play under him, and that's the reason why he joined. That's what I think anyway.
Because managers, elite players, play for elite managers. Simple as that. And Daniel Farke, for what wonderful man he is, for championship manager, brilliant. I just don't think, and a lot of people think he's not good enough, because at the end of the day, it is a fact, isn't it? It's football is a game of facts, and he's not done it. he's not set the Premier League alight when he's come up with his teams.
I agree. Do you know what? If we don't beat Wolves tomorrow, I feel like he has to go. Oh, I feel like he has to go because in the Premier League you can't be waiting around. I feel like he has to go, and then we either go for Nuno or Danny Roll, who was the manager at Sheffield Wednesday. And
Yeah.
yeah, he might have managed Sheffield Wednesday, but I think Roll was class. So they're the two
See,
I'd go
see, the thing is, we can't sit on the fence anymore,
for. No.
and we've got to call it the way we see it. And the thing is here is you can't gamble with Premier League club, because what it is it takes, once you get down into the championship, you don't know. It's not a given that you're going to come straight back up. It's also good that you have this yo-yo thing going. But just imagine things fail. Happened to Luton, didn't it? Where are they now in League One? They didn't bounce back straight up.
No.
So it's you're gambling with the future of the club. It's side before self. It's club before self. We're Leeds United fans, and at the end of the day, you know, they got rid of Bielsa, and
Yeah.
things went pear shaped. And where you would want to say, I mean, I think Bielsa had a lot of credit in the bank, you know. So that's the situation we're in. So let's talk a little bit about the Wolves game. I want to see a change of system. We will be doing a predicted team lineup, but I would like to see a change of system. We've got injuries. Nonto's a doubt. Dan James, he came on against Fulham, played about 20 minutes, got injured, and then maybe even less than 20 minutes, could be 10 minutes. But Lucas Perry's out, so we have got injuries mounting, and so that's a problem, and it's coming in the wrong part of the pitch because the injuries are mounting in the attacking third of the pitch.
Yeah.
One little thing that I would like to point out: I was watching the press conference, Matt, Daniel Farke's press conference against Wolves, and I mean, it was very wishy-washy. There was questions about Harry Gray because he scored a hat-trick, and is Harry Gray coming into the Leeds setup? He's straight away dismissed the idea that Harry Gray is going to join the setup. But the thing is, if we haven't got any attacking players, we have to look at a 16-year-old.
Well, to be honest with you, if we're not scoring goals now, what worse is it going to be if we bring in Harry Gray and he doesn't score? Like, it doesn't matter, does it? Because we're not scoring anyway. I think Harry Gray should be given a cameo for half an hour against Wolves. Bring him off the bench for half an hour, see what he does in the second half. That's what I was literally about to say. And now to hear that Farke said that, I haven't watched this press conference. Like, what's he going to do? Just let Harry Gray keep doing what he's doing and not give him game time? I don't get how that would make sense. I don't think age matters. I think if you're good enough, then you're old enough.
Well, that's it. I mean, like I said, it's if you're limited on resources, give him 20 minutes. What's the worst that can happen? You know, he's a footballer. He's got to get into the side sometime. He's got to have a chance sometime. But he was saying all sorts. That he's given all these opportunities to youth players. He gave a big speech about in the Bundesliga, he's done this, that, the other with Borussia Dortmund when he was assistant manager or whatever he was, and he's brought in the likes of Joseph and Archie Gray, and he's brought in Max Aarons at Norwich. He sort of he messed up everybody's dressing room atmosphere by bringing off Russell Martin at Norwich. He was just going on about all sorts. It's Leeds United. We don't want to know about Norwich, what you've done about Norwich. But he was saying, he got rid of Luke Ayling and he drafted in Archie Gray. It's all this kind of stuff in his press conference, which does not make any sense to me. I mean, I talk nonsense, right? His press conference just, it was just waffle upon waffle. He just puts a spin on things, and I hate the thing that he keeps on saying that, we are humble with this, that, the other. We're going to play compact. We're going to do this. But like I said, you can play compact all you want. but we need a goal to win. A goal wins games. His press conferences are all the same. They don't make any sense. He's just wishy washy with everything, and so that's where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
Shall we look at the Wolves side? I know this striker is a bit of a doubt, Larson. So it's a great opportunity to get the 3 points at Molineux.
Mm-hmm. I think Strand Larson being missing is an absolute massive bit of news for us because he's an incredible player. I think he's our best player, and to have their best player out injured is great. I mean, they've got Ondra and they've got João Gomez, but as an actual attacking outlet, to have Strand Larson out of the game is massive for us, and it gives us that opportunity. We need to go actually and attack Wolves. No defensive play. Actually go at them. We're good enough in terms of players. I feel if we actually go out and attack, like for like, we should be able to beat Wolves. But I feel like it's the manager and his tactics that's holding us back. So
Yeah. So I've gone to, like we always do on this channel. Guys, if you like our content, please smash a like on the video. It really helps the algorithm. We need to get you guys viewing our videos. So please, can you make sure that you hit a like on our video and drop us a comment, and we will definitely comment back. So I've gone to the team lineup. So this is the team lineup that I've gone for. Tell me if you agree with this in the comments. Matt, tell me what you think of this. So I'm thinking maybe a 5-3-2 situation, a system change. Darlow in goal, Rodon and Jacobio, our summer signing, and strike, and then Bogle and Goodmanson. So we have a 5-man defence because we're all about defence at the moment, and then Stack, Ampadu, and Longstaff as our 3-man midfield. And I'm thinking, let's push out the boat and let's go out and put 2 players up front in Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Nemetcha up front. What do you think?
Speaking about BCL and Nemetcha, they're both tall and quick, aren't they? Both strong, both powerful, both good in the air, both good with the ball at their feet. And I think having the 5-back with the 2 wing backs, I think it's a good idea, to be honest with you, because wing backs are a lot harder to mark than wingers because they come from deep to attack. You know what I mean? So it's hard to pick them up. And if our formation isn't working right now, then why not try it? Gives us more depth in terms of defensively, gives us more of an outlet in terms of attacking options because we've got 2 strikers up there instead of 1. Better shape. I don't see why we shouldn't give it a go. I think we should give it a go, but whether he does or not, it's another matter.
I mean, the reason why I went with Bogle and Goodmanson on the flanks, because like I said, we haven't got any attackers. Both of them are injured. Nonto, James, Okafor is still around, isn't he? But like I said, I think he's still trying to adjust to the pace of the Premier League, really. And Aronson, and then there's Harrison. He wants to go solid at the back, and then try and if we're gonna our open play is so shocking at the moment. We're not getting anything in. I just say, just sit back, see what happens then.
I think look, I think you can do that with attacking 4-backs anyway. We're going to be able to counter a little bit better if that's the way he wants to play defensively, like he usually does. Do it that way. If we're going to do anything, I feel like having the 2 up front as well, because we get the ball and we try and put it central, and then once we put the ball central, we're like, now what do we do? And then before you know it, we've either lost the ball or we've done nothing with it. So I don't see why we shouldn't try 2 up front. If it's not working, mix it up a little bit. And if it isn't working, if he does try that, midway through the game, he can switch back to what he knows. Do you know what I mean? And that'll make Wolves be a little bit like, oh, okay, they've switched up a little bit. Now what do we do? But when you've not got a plan B, and your opposition is doing well against your plan A, then what do? If you ain't got a plan B, then you're sitting on plan A all the time, and the opposition know what you're doing. They're combating everything you do, cutting everything out. Then you're trying to win a losing battle. Like, do you know what I mean? So yeah, I think that's a good idea. But whether he does it or not, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, some of our older viewers who watch our video, they might remember a manager called George Graham. He was a very defensive-minded coach. We had him for Leeds. He was brilliant at Arsenal, and he came to Leeds after Howard Wilkinson got sacked. I don't know whether you remember that, Matt, but that I'm talking 1996, and George Graham, the football that he played in the first season was very, very boring. But when he came in from Howard, and he made us solid, right?
Mhm.
Then the season afterwards, we had David Hopkin in midfield, Bruno Ribeiro, few players. They were like journeymen. We had, Robert Molinar, but then we had Rod Wallace and Jimmy Hasselbank up front,
Mhm.
and he got a tune out of it, even though he was still very defensive. It was boring football, yes, but yet needs was must at that time.
Mhm.
But even then, even George Graham's football, we looked like getting a goal or two. At this precise moment, I don't know how we're even going to get 45 goals. If 40 points is the benchmark to stay in the Premier League, you need to score at least 40 goals. You know, uh, I don't know what's happening. So let's let's see what happens against Wolves.
Mhm.
Score prediction time. What's your score prediction, mate?
Like, I'd like it to be 2-1, but I reckon it's going to be 1-0.
So you're going for a draw.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm going for a. I'm going. I don't think we're going to get the job done. I think we're gonna miss out here. I think we're gonna drop points because Molyneux's going to be up for it. They're going to really, really sort of get behind their lads, and we're a newly promoted side. They're going to go for it, and it's always the curse when anybody hasn't done anything. Up steps Leeds United, and we'll give them their first win. So I think we're gonna miss out here because I think we might lose 1-0.
It's understandable. Look, we're not scoring goals. We're not looking very attacking. So to go and lose 1-0 is understandable. I was maybe putting a bit of hope and we might actually maybe sneak a goal, but be all right defensively at the same time. I think both of our predictions are quite understandable, quite
Yeah.
logical.
It'd be brilliant if we get a point, but like I said, it's a must win. We've got to have the mentality of a must win.
Mhm.
Um, some people might say we've contradicted ourselves by going with a defensive lineup, but Daniel Farke does do the ultimate, and he won't do anything like this. There'll be nothing. There'll be no changes. We'll just have, a standard Aronson and Harrison and whatnot. 4-5-1. I don't know, but let's tell me, guys, in the comments below your thoughts on what the scoreline could be against Wolves. Will we win? Will we draw? Will we lose? Do you think it's a must win? Are we just blowing up smoke? But we're going to leave the video just there. Thank you for watching, guys. Matt, thank you for your incredible insight in today's show. And we'll see you guys soon. Cheers.
Thank you, Jinder.
Cheers.